Hi, I'm Jerry Harms, the hydroponics guy, and today we're going to look at growing cymbidiums in hydroponics, and we're going to repot a couple of plants that are already growing in hydroponics so that you can see what the roots look like, and we're going to rework a plant. So we got three examples that we're going to look at today. Number one is going to be growing, repotting, this cymbidium into a larger pot. It's in a 7-inch pot now. We're going to go to a 9-inch pot on this one. Okay, repotting plant number one. First, let's go over the tools we need. Number one, scissors, wiped with alcohol. Number two is the pruners. Number three is our handy dandy hammer. Number four is KLN. This is what we're going to water the new transplant with. And this is what I've been soaking my pebbles in. The new culture pot, which is one size bigger. And then, of course, our clay pebbles that have been soaking for a couple of hours. You can soak them overnight, whatever, in a KLN solution. And this is what we're going to pot the new plant in. Okay, so let's get started. Here's the new plant. Let's get it out of its pot, number one. Okay, this comes out pretty good. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Here's what we have. The root system looks good. And the beauty of this now is that when I'm repotting, all of these clay pebbles that are buried on the inside of the roots, I know are still good. If I had bark or moss in there, it would be, I would need to take it all out because it would be rotting and decaying and all of that from growing outside. These things are a ceramic, so they'll never rot, decay, or decompose, so I don't have to tear the root ball apart. Big advantage. So here we go, let's get started. Number one is we got to clean up all of this stuff around the pseudobulbs. And what I'm doing here is all of this dried material, I want to remove it. And the reason I want to remove it is, one is if you can see the white stuff there, that's scale. And that's not good, but no problems. We're going to spray this with neem oil when we put it outside, and I think we're going to be fine. So let's get busy and take off all of these sheaths off the pseudobulbs. These old pseudobulbs, you just rip them out like this. Just pull them out. They don't do any good for the plant anymore. They've done their work, and we need to get rid of all of them. So I'm taking a few of the old ones out here while I'm here. Potting the plant into our new culture pot, I chose, as I said, a 9-inch culture pot for this plant. We went from a 7-inch to a 9-inch. That's about 2 inches bigger. Then the root ball is going to sit in the new pot about like that. So I put about 2 inches of pebbles in the bottom of this pot. I put the plant inside the pot, and now what I've got is about 1 inch or so of space around the root ball here. And so that's really the pot size you want. You don't want to go into a really big pot with these things because they'll just stay wet too long. Okay, so let's fill that gap up with pebbles. Now, for this is where my hammer comes in. I use it to pack the pebbles down around the edge so there's no air gaps. I don't want any air gaps between the pebbles and the roots. So the plant is now repotted, and this is the setup now for outside growing. We have a shallow saucer. The grow pot sits in the shallow saucer. And when I water, any excess water is going to run over the side, or when it rains on the plant, any excess water is going to run over the side. I don't really need a water gauge with this. This is the complete setup for outside growing. Plant number one, transplanted.